Welcome again to the Chydonns Academy. This day we want to discuss sequences and series. This video will be in two parts. So this will be the introduction of it, where we'll also see formulas in this topic. Please also click subscribe so that you get the next part of this video when posted. Okay, what is a sequence? A sequence is an orderly arrangement of numbers. The numbers are called terms and they are separated from one another using comma. Sum of a given sequence is called a series. See what we mean. Given that 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, ... This is a sequence. How do we know it's a sequence? Let's check whether it's orderly arranged. 3 minus 1, 2. 5 minus 3, 2. 7 minus 5, 2. 9 minus 7, 2. 11 minus 9, 2. So because we got their common difference by subtraction, we call it AP, arithmetic sequence. That is why we say a sequence is orderly arrangement of number, because they have common 2 as difference. That is what we call it common difference. So we say this is a sequence. Okay? So the numbers or the terms are written one after the other using comma to separate one from the other. Now, when you add these terms, when you put plus sign there, this is called series. That is, sum of given sequence is called series. Sum of given sequence is called series. So that is the relationship between sequences and series. What if you have something like 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, ... Is it a sequence? Let's check. 4 minus 2, 2. 8 minus 4, 2. 4 minus 2, 2. 8 minus 4, 4. Are they the same? 16 minus 8, 8. Are they the same? No. Does it mean that it is the only way you can check whether it is a sequence or not? Let's check in another way. 4 divided by 2, 2. 8 divided by 4, 2. 16 divided by 8, 2. 32 divided by 16, 2. Wow. So we also have common answer. Because we got this by division, we said that the common answer too is called common ratio. Common ratio. We say common ratio is equal to 2 because we got common answer from division. Here we call common answer from subtraction, say common difference. Because we got it from subtraction, say common difference equals to 3 minus 1, 2. So 5 minus 3, 2. 7 minus 5, 2. 9 minus this, 2. And so on. That does not mean that common difference must be 2. In another example, it may not be 2, it may be 3. That is, this minus this 3, this minus this 3. It may be 10. This minus this 10, this minus this 10, this minus this 10. So it's not a more that it will be 2. It can vary. So it can be this minus this 5, this minus this 5, this minus this, depending as the case may be. Okay, now we realize that we got this by division. 4 divided by 2, 2. 8 divided by 4, 2. 16 divided by 8, 2. 32 divided by 16, 2. And so on. We say that is why we will call this geometric sequence. Geometric sequence. Why do we call it geometric sequence? Because we got this common ratio by division. That means there are two ways of generating sequence. By arithmetic sequence, known as arithmetic progression. By arithmetic sequence or progression, and by geometric sequence or progression. Okay? Now, Now, we have been able to see what arithmetic sequence or progression means. That is, they will have same common difference all through. This minus this minus this minus this minus this minus this. Whereas geometric sequence or progression, they will have same common ratio. That is from division. 4 divided by 2, 8 divided by 4, this divided by this divided by this. They say they are in geometric sequence. Let's check another example. 1, 3, 5, 7, 10, 11. Is this in sequence? Let's check. 3 minus 2, 2. 5 minus 3, 2. 7 minus 5, 2. 10 minus 7, 3. 11 minus 10, 1. Are they in sequence? No, because they do not have common difference. They do not have the same common difference. Here was 2, 2, 2. Here is 3. Here is 1. They are not the same. If you check by division, 3 divided by 1, 3. 5 divided by 3, 5 over 3. 7 divided by 5, 7 over 5. 10 divided by 7, 10 over 7. You see, they will not give you the same common ratio. So you say this is not a sequence, not a sequence. Now, we want to go into what is arithmetic sequence in full details. What do we mean by arithmetic sequence? Want to learn more on it. Arithmetic sequence, we say this is a way of generating a sequence by adding a common number to the preceding term to get the next term. By adding a constant number, a common number to a preceding term to get the next term. See what we mean? 2 plus 1, 3. How do we get 2 plus 1? I said 3 minus 1, 2. 5 minus 3, 2. 7 minus 5, 2. 9 minus 7, 2. 11 minus 9, 2. That tells you that 2 you got as a common difference. 2 plus 1, you get the next one, 3. 3 plus 2, you get the next one, 5. 5 plus 2, you get the next one, 7. 7 plus 2, you get the next one, 9. 9 plus 2, you get the next one, 11. If they ask you to continue, 11 plus 2, 13. 13 plus 2, 15, and so on. This is why we say arithmetic sequence or progression is a way of generating a sequence by adding a constant number called common difference to the preceding term to get the next term. To the preceding term to get the next term. To the preceding term to get the next term. That means if you have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, this will be called the first term because we say the numbers are called terms. The numbers are called terms. Term on the board, terms. So this is first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, sixth term, and so on. Now, your first term is noted to be A. That is called first term, T1. Your second term is gotten by adding a constant number called common difference. Adding common difference to the preceding term, which is first term, that will be giving you A plus D. Then, third term means add the same common number called common difference, D, to the preceding term, T2. That will be giving you A plus D. This is your T2. Then is now say plus another D. That will be giving you A plus 2D. You check T4. That gives us that it is adding a constant number called common difference to the preceding term called T3. You get T4. Then you now say A plus 2D, that is your T3, plus another D. That will be giving you A plus 3D. Now, what if they say, do you notice something in this? You notice that when here is 4, we will have 3. When here is 3, we will have 2. When here is 2, we only have 1, and so on. That means that Tn will be equal to A plus n minus 1D. This Tn n is called the nth term or the last term. So we have the first formula for AP. We say nth term or last term is equal to A plus n minus 1 D. Then that is your nth term or last term. Another formula we need to derive on, or we need to know in arithmetic sequence, is sum of the first nth term. Sum of the first nth term of an AP. Nth term or last term of an AP. Then sum of the first nth term of an AP. It has two formulas. Sn equal to n over 2 bracket A plus nth term. This is nth term or last term. Or you say it is Sn equal to n over 2 bracket A plus, what is your nth term? A plus n minus 1 D. This is your nth term, as you can see on the board. That will be giving us n over 2 bracket A plus A, 2A plus n minus 1 D. This is formula 1. Why this is formula 2? Why this is formula 3? Now, in an AP, it is noted that T1 is equal to S1 minus S0. This is sum of the first nth term. Why this is sum of the 0th nth term? So, T2, know this formula, equal to S2 minus S1. T3 equal to S3 minus S2. You will see how we will apply this rule, this formula. We'll see how we apply it while solving any question. That continues with T4, T5, and so on. Just say S4 minus S3. So it continues. Now, we want to also summarize what happened in geometric sequence. In geometric sequence, you multiply a constant number called common ratio to the preceding term to get the next term. See what we mean? See what we mean? Geometric sequence. Now, given the sequence 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64, ... This simply means that 4 divided by 2, 2. 8 divided by 4, 2. 16 divided by 2, 2. 16 divided by 8, 2. 32 divided by 16, 2. 64 divided by 32, 2. That means that the common ratio you have is 2. The same way, you can say, use that common ratio. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2, 16. 16 times 2, 32. 32 times 2, 64. So you are using the constant number called common ratio to multiply each of the following terms. That is for GP. Now, in GP, it is noted that the nth term is ARN minus 1. This is the nth term of a GP. Nth term of a GP. Now, sum of the first nth term of a GP. Sum of first nth term of a GP. We have two formulas here. First, Sn equals to A bracket R raised to power n minus 1 all over R minus 1. This is when R, this is for R greater than 1 or 1 or 1 less than r. Also, you have Sn equals to a bracket 1 minus r raised to the power of n all over 1 minus r. This is for r less than 1 or 1 greater than r. Any of these formula can be used depending on the value of your r. Whether that your r is greater than 1 or less than 1, you now know the one to use. Another formula on sequence we need to know before we solve questions on sequence is sum to infinity of a given sequence. Sum to infinity of a given sequence. Sum to infinity of a GP. Only GP have sum to infinity. You say sum to infinity equals to a all over 1 minus r. That is a formula. So these are the important formulas we need to know while solving questions on sequences and series. Please, as you enjoyed this video, click like button and don't forget to click subscribe so that you get notified as I upload the next video on this. Thanks for watching.